All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Houston Texans. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The Texans and Patriots met in the divisional round of the playoffs 2 years ago. The Pats won that one, but they also met in one of the better games of the regular season last year. The Pats won, but it was in pretty dramatic fashion.
How about Deshaun Watson, his second start in the NFL for the Houston Texans? He went toe-to-toe with the master himself, Tom Brady, didn't he? But in the end, you know how it always turns out, right?
Brady did his thing, found Brandon Cooks for a 36-33 win. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off the play fake, Prescott. Going deep for Hopkins. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Texans. 43 yards. Prescott looks to throw on first. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Brady and the Patriots now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Open man is Uzomah. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
From midfield, here's Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
58, right over there. Yeah, 58, right there. Alabama, 380. 12 bandit. Move out.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And able to find Dorsett. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Philip Dorsett, 40 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans making their way out with some renewed optimism, really, in Houston for 2018. But, Charles, it all revolves around one word. It's something they didn't have in 2017. I'll give you a hint. It starts with a letter H.
And I'm guessing it's not Houston.
No, it's health.
You're exactly right. Great call there, partner, because health is what really doomed their season last year. Remember, they were the #1 defense in the NFL 2 seasons ago. Whitney Merciless, a terrific outside linebacker, hurt very early last year. The face of the franchise, J.J. Watt, hurt very early last year. And who would have thought a rookie quarterback by the name of Deshaun Watson would give them the spark, the optimism they were looking for, and then when he went down, there went the season.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Play action now. Prescott. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCoy. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So after the INT, it's Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Alabama, 380. Wait, we get.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Wait, 20. Wait, 20.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Start fast, Bill. Start fast. Hey, hold 66. Wait. 31. Check out. Stop.
Brady now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Wait, 20.
But look at this, Brady, option right. Now it's Sony Michel with his first NFL carry. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ready?
Brady to throw on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for Edelman there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now White, and he's He's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. The first NFL touchdown run for Sony Michel as they have taken the lead. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
This one taken just inside the 10. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you could kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go. So you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
And on 4th and 1 as a running back, you're looking for any seam you can find. This is not where you want to be a hero and break off a big one. You just need to make sure you get that yard. And here he picks up the first down with a couple of yards to spare.
Oh, and now some space to operate. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Devin McCourty brings him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. On play action, Prescott. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Mike Bennett able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down. Prescott off play action. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu, and he'll bring this one back to the 29.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go play action here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, it's Brady. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. New England on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Shotgun now for Brady. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. A big play there on third down for the Pats. 42 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Yeah. Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch. That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Over the middle, Dorsett. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. New England on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is third and goal. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. In for the score. And the Patriots add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here first and 10.
26.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats offense coming out, yet another Super Bowl run last year that, of course, came up short against the Eagles. But Charles Gronk is back. Tom Brady back. Do they have any magic left in the tank?
Of course they do. They're the New England Patriots, and until further notice, they run the AFC East. They run the AFC. That's just who they are. But in order for them to win a Super Bowl again, to get back there and take it this time, they'll need the continued play of Brady, the continued magic. But on defense, not just winning the money downs. They've got to win first and second down so that the money down tilts in their favor.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A reminder, 4 more games set to kick off later this afternoon. Chiefs, Chargers, Seahawks and the Broncos, Redskins and Cardinals, and then the Cowboys against the Panthers. Looking left side, and it's complete. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Incomplete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. New England on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Regular. White,
Again, they'll throw with Brady. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Alabama, 380. White, reset.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Following the penalty, Michel, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing, Prescott going deep for Hopkins. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A huge play there for Houston. 48 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator is looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Second and goal from inside the 5. They come out here in the I. They give it to him running left. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Got to figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Devin McCourty picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They'll try to get this offense going with Michel, and he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Now Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And taken at the 46. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make it? And it's intercepted at the goal line. Devin McCourty picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, Michel. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Brady going to give this one to Burkhead. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Runs like that will give Michelle some more carries going forward as the Pats come up 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Again, it's Michelle. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
20! Alpha! Out! Mike's left! Sugar! 29! Alpha!
Brady going to throw. Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Matt Ioannidis with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. They'll try to run it in. Michelle. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it 6, maybe 7, but now they're left with 4th down and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
No, 66. Switch. Move out.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set them back 5. Gostkowski now for the Pats field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. It got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They give him a gain of 38. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Buying time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
46.
Play action now. Prescott. He finds his target, Fuller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll run it now out of the gun. And effective running here. They'll take it down inside the 10. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kali2Thumbz's, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of a wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. Brady going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Go on. No, 66.
On the handoff, it's Michel. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. New England on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
20. 380.
Now Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Got an open man. It's QT. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.